smoking training, and it's going to be very interesting. I'm just going to try as much as possible to make it very interesting so that I can be able to understand without any stress, because sometimes this Canadian smoking is a bit tricky. It's sometimes it looks complex, but it's not actually that complex. Okay, it just requires you to understand the basic logic behind it. Once you understand the basic logic behind it, then there is no style of that, no pattern of this Canadian smoking that is going to be difficult for you. So what I just want you to understand in this training is that Canadian smoking have their own principles. Okay, just understand the principle. Once you get the step-by-step method on how to achieve one, then others are not going to be much difficult for you. Just don't learn it directly like that. Try to understand how to do it. Okay, there are thousands of patterns on this Canadian smoking out there that you can be using as templates for your own designs. Okay, and you can even design your own, you can even create your own pattern. So it depends on what you want. But in this training specifically, I'm just going to give you the basic idea, the basic knowledge behind making this Canadian smoking designs. Okay, so without wasting much time, let me just take us through the requirement for this training. As I mentioned, I think I sent it to the group. We need a satin. This is a satin. You can see it's a satin. I have two color satin here, and I said at least you need to have 1 yard of satin. 1 yard of satin is what you supposed to have, or even more. You understand? Because if you want to be practicing, you need more satin like this. And I said you need a plain sheet. I have some plain sheet here. Can you see? You can see it. I have some plain sheets. I have some plain sheets here. You can see I have it. So, and also, I said you need a ruler. I'm going to use this ruler. It's going to be much more convenient for us. So I'm going to use this pencil, and maybe I need cleaner eraser, so I'm going to use this as my eraser. Don't laugh at my eraser. I have a big one. Let me show you before you say I have a small eraser. I have a big one. I think I have to look for it. Yes, this is my big eraser, so I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use this. So I have a big eraser anyway. So this is it. And then I said we need a thread and a needle. This is the needle we're going to use, and this is the thread we're going to use. But this thread is not actually the color. You just have to make sure that you are using a matching color. Okay, you just need to be using a matching color when you are doing all these things. So this is it. These are the requirements, and if you have all these things, there is a bonus requirement. I call it bonus requirement. Yes, that is what? That is stones. You see, I have a stone here. I think I have 2 stones. Where's the other one? Okay, so you see there is another one here. This is a stone, and you can use beads. Okay, you can also use beads. It's also very, very important in beautifying your Canadian smoke. So this is it. Okay, these are the requirements we need. These are the requirements, and then lastly but not least, we need a scissors. Okay, so this is it. So there are some things also that you need to, because now in this video I'm just going to take us through the step-by-step ways for you to be able to understand this Canadian smoking. Okay, when I say Canadian smoking, I don't mean those people that are smoking. Okay, so well, okay, now when you want to, let's get into the process. When you want to make any Canadian smoke, the first thing you need to know to do is to get which design are you going to work with. Okay, get the pattern of your design. If you want to create your pattern, make sure that you draw the pattern of your design. That is the reason for this pencil and paper, okay, and then this eraser. So make sure the first thing you do is to determine which type of pattern am I going to work with. Okay, just go to internet, because there are a lot of thousands of those patterns there. You can just decide to get anyone you want, pick anyone you want. When you see anyone you want, then take your paper, copy it on your paper, make sure that it's there exactly the way you see it. Okay, copy it on your paper. When you copy it on your paper, then the next thing you do is to transfer what you draw on your paper to your satin or to your fabric. Just take this note, take note of this. The first thing is to get your pattern. Okay, the second thing is to draw your pattern on a paper. Okay, then the third thing that you need to do is to transfer that pattern to your fabric before you use your needle and thread. So those are actually the basic 4 steps for you to achieve your Canadian smoke. Okay, and as I said earlier, there are thousands of patterns out there, and you can always also create your own. Okay, so you can be creative and decide to create your own pattern and bring out something very nice out of it. So this is it about the basic on this Canadian pattern. We are going to enter into more details of this Canadian smoking. Okay, so for now I think it's just an introduction, and I think it's okay.